Hey, family and friends, even though it's about time for me to go to bed pretty soon, even though I can stay up as long as I want, I've had an enjoyable evening of relaxing, chilling, and catching up with some videos. There are so many, of course, none of us will ever catch up. But one of the videos I finally saw, which was up a couple days ago, is by Dereck the Viking. And, he's showing his amazing record collection. Isn't it amazing, folks? So many of those first editions, it's just mind-blowing, Dereck. Really impressive. The things that I've been seeing in the vinyl community between you and Anders and everyone, actually, Sun Dodger, everyone. I mean, Lazarus, and you people have some amazing editions of records in your collections. It gets me going. So I thought, even though I've posted a bunch of videos today, I keep getting the feedback that people like my videos. I like to talk about music, so I'm going to do what I'm calling Krautrock Revisited. Even though I've got almost 700 videos, where I started with records was Krautrock and prog, so that's where I started post-wise. And that's maybe why I haven't talked recently about a whole lot of Krautrock. And if that term is offending anyone, I'm using it the way the band Faust meant it to be, which is tongue-in-cheek, no harm intended, and I mean no offense, and I'll stop there. I'm talking about German space rock. I have some, but I don't have as much as I'd like to have. But Dereck showing his wonderful collection. I'd be here all night trying to go into detail, showing all the records I want to show. I just want to show these, okay? Because this is some wonderful music. And I'm going to start with Amon Düül. And there's a bunch of Amon Düül I don't have, but I do have a few. And we'll start with, this is Amon Düül. And this is the first Amon Düül before they broke off. So this could be Psychedelic Underground. It could be. As a matter of fact, I think it is. Then here is my reissue of Phallus Day. I was mentioning to Dereck that I used to have the version he has on Sunset. I really don't know what happened to it. I don't believe I sold that. If I did, it was like, whoa, once again, I was out of my mind. But this is a wonderful reissue on Liberty. And I recently bought this, Amon Düül Disaster. And it wasn't cheap. And this is very primitive, but this is a must-have. I mean, if you're trying to collect, and I'm trying to collect this music, indeed, I would, until I'm done breathing on this planet, I'm collecting German space rock. I just love it. It just really has a lot. It's just important to me, special to me. Yeti. This is not an original. This is on the Strand label. But it's fantastic. Double album. Okay. I mean, just a few of these I got to do this because Yeti is so psychedelic. And the artwork is just fantastic. It's really one of the things about Amon Düül that you must always partake of. And see, the other thing here is once again, I've got a ton of records here, and yet I'm scratching the surface. I couldn't possibly go through the alphabet of my German space rock, Krautrock collection in one video. I just realized I've got an Amon Düül related album that I didn't pull. Utopia. Y'all heard of that one? That's another one. Okay. Dance of the Lemmings. This is the U.S. version on United Artists. One of my favorite album covers. And this is one of the inspirations of my collages, actually. No, let me just... Wow. So here's Amon Düül. And here's one of my recent collages that I've done. They're not really related, but it's like, definitely this is the kind of stuff that influenced me. Okay, let me keep going here. Don't want to be here all night. Dance of the Lemmings. Some more Amon Düül. Viva la Trance. Now, this is an underrated album in my opinion. I think this is really excellent Amon Düül. I love this album all the way through. And I was always amazed how they got away with saying fucking on the first album and got it played on the radio. I heard this on the radio, in FM radio in the heartland of America, and they got away with it. Heard it several times. Great album. He says, I'm so fucking proud, just as plain as day. Wolf City, another, even better. In some ways, this is even better than Viva la Trance. Excellente. US. Made in Germany. Not one of my favorite albums, but I gotta have it for my collection. Yeah, I'm that kind of collector. I am a collector. I do claim it. And it doesn't have to make sense. It's fun. It's my fun. Made in Germany. Lemming Mania. My copy is used, and as you see, it's been taped, but I have a copy. And this will do fine until, if I, Lord knows I'll ever find another copy that I can afford. So when I saw this, I bought it. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it. Hijack, right? Is this Hijack? I always have to read to make sure, because this is a German pressing. Hijack, yeah. The American cover is just slightly different. I like this one better than Made in Germany. Amon Düül. Now, this is later Amon Düül, you know, from their classic period, but I like these albums, like Almost Alive. This one is good. Great cover, too. They were playing well on this album. They really are. Looking at the time. Live in London. Again, the mighty Amon Düül. Love this band. And then this album, Perigoni X, 10. Perigoni 10. This is good. It doesn't sound like but it's Amon Düül. It is, actually. I really like this album. This has a nice cover. Let me show. And I think this is well, I don't know. It's on the Nova label, so I don't know if it's the original or not, but yeah, that's nice. And it's got several of the original members of Amon Düül in the band still. I really like this, actually, for spacey German pop. This is very good. Okay, and the last Amon Düül proper I have, and I still really like this, is Only Human. Again, it's really evolved from where they started, and I still like it a lot. Okay, that's my Amon Düül for German space rock, krautrock. I only have 2 vinyls, and I didn't grab my CDs. I got several Ashra Temple CDs, but Schwingungen, I have this on vinyl. And this is a reissue, possibly a boot, but yeah, it's beautiful. And then the only other one I have is New Age of Earth, Manuel Gotching. I used to have Inventions on guitar. This is a French pressing on Isadora. So to go sort of alphabetically, the next record that I think doesn't get talked about but definitely needs to be included is the German band Between. Now, not everyone, but Popol Vuh gets mentioned, but Between is the same kind of thing. And I have this album, And the Waters Opened. Astral Traveler was very kind to give me a solo album from one of the members. I didn't grab it for this, but this is fantastic. Peter Michael Hamill, I have several of his solo albums, is the leader of this band, and it's very world-like and ambient and just open, really, really deep music. So this is one, Between. This is a krautrock classic, absolutely. This definitely goes into krautrock, y'all. Absolutely. Between. And any of their other albums you can find. This is the only one on vinyl I have. I've got some more on the CD. Next up we have Cluster. And, you know, this is just the classic sound of Germany of this period. Cluster is just music to die for. It's just fantastic. You know, I babble and blubber and Cluster, okay? Cluster. Electronic ambience, pastoral beauty, spacey wonders. This is a reissue on Lilienthal. No, I wish I had originals, but I got the baby. I got these mothers. Soy So on Four Men with Beards. Like I say, even though I have some of this from back in the day, and I heard this stuff back in the day, I didn't have the money, you know, to have all this stuff. You know what's funny, Stephanie? I know you're watching this, but a lot of these records I had them when I was a kid, a teenager. You were living your life, and I was living mine, and this music was right under your nose. Zuckerzeit. On Lilienthal reissue, I believe. Cluster and Eno, Old Land. Just fantastic. Just excellent. And Cluster, Grosses Wasser. I love this album. Really minimal, just like the cover. Cover fits it perfectly. I'm breaking down. I love this album so much. I'm going to pop this on while I finish showing just a few more from my German music collection. So just like you know, I would say that, you know, folks like Fatback Funk and Second Funk and Anders and Stockholm, guys are really showing, you know, some real deep jazz expertise and amazing collections. And you know, I can touch upon that stuff, but you know, I'm not as deep as you guys. Honestly, this has been this has been a major focus of my collecting over the years, is this German rock music along with prog. So I just have to say that for the record, you know, because man, you guys just put me in the dust with some of the shit y'all got. Seriously. So this is just fantastic. I love this. Okay, some more amazing German rock music from the 70s, 60s, and 70s. Dom, Edge of Time. This is a mind blower. Seriously, this is major. Once you hear this, this is right alongside Can, Faust, Mythos, all those. Fantastic. This album is amazing. Truly psychedelic. Okay, this is the other part of Cluster, Harmonia. One of my favorite all-time desert island albums. Okay, someone requested recently if I would do 10 tracks, 10, I forget how he described it. And what I would say is derived from these records, man, if you want to hear some prime, not run-of-the-mill, exceptional music, everything I'm showing, okay, I'm not tripping. Everything I'm showing is worth your investigation. Harmonia Deluxe. This is original. Woo! Laude. I love me some German space music. That's what you want to call it. And then here is a comp of tracks from both the two albums. Dino. Okay, and then when we talk about Cluster and Harmonia, I'm going to skip back. I'll go back. Okay. Well, no, yeah, I'll go here. These guys, it's again the guys that were originally in Kraftwerk and Cluster, the Dinger Brothers, and Michael Rother. La Dusseldorf. I have Viva. Love this stuff. Just love this music. And Individualos. I have the other one on CD. Would love to have it on vinyl. La Dusseldorf. Fantastic. If you've heard it, you know what I'm talking about. Let's keep going here. This cluster is fantastic. The other counterpart of La Dusseldorf was Neu. I don't have the original anymore. I did. I had the pink cover. I did. Neu. I'm speechless. Neu 1 and 2 on a double. Ooh, yes. I got some Krautrock. Don't mind me. I'm just this is my shit. This is my shit. You know, y'all thought I was supposed to be having the best Sam Cooke. I love Sam Cooke, but no. Neu. Hallo Gallo. This is a reissue. Love it. We're gonna pop back in Guru. This is the original. The ones I don't have on vinyl, I have on CD. I would love to have them all. Kanguru. Love this album. Sloppy as hell, but it's space acid music to the max. I'll open this one because this is one of my favorite covers. And this was one of the albums, along with Faust and Gong, that I first heard in high school, getting turned on to this music from these kids that lived in France and all over Europe. Excuse me. Air Force brats, the Reeses. Remember Jerome Reese, Stephanie? Yeah. Just love. This is the stuff. Space rock. Yeah, we dropped a ton of acid and smoked a bales of weed listening to this stuff. Had the time of our lives. Don't regret a moment of it. Not a moment of it. I love this album too. Guru. It's got The Story of Life. I love that song. Story of Life. This is some stuff, y'all. Guru. On Green Brain, yeah. I have Guru, Money on the Seine Freunde. Excuse me, I believe it means Manny and his friends, I believe. And the friends are the bands Kron, Cartago, Harmonia, and also Champion Jack Dupree, the blues musician, is also on here on one track. This is real cool. And the last Guru I have on vinyl is this double live album on Brain. This is excellent. They're playing outdoors live. It's really energetic. This picture captures it. It's a sunny day. The crowd is into it, and the band is tight. This is one of those records where the band is really playing tightly. You know, they're not all totally stoned out, which has its own merits for this music. But this album is tight and really good. Really good. Guru. One of the great German Krautrock bands of the 70s, of really, Mani Neumeier is still going. You know, he's also on that early Wolfgang Downer album, Free Action, playing his ass off on the drums on that album. You know, showing a whole other side of himself where he can really play. You know, he can play jazz. I can only go so far here. I actually forgot. I didn't forget, but they got stuck to the back. The other early in the alphabet, and we'll be stopping here on these two other major artists. Can and Faust. Can, monster movie. This one is on Liberty. I've had it forever, so it's an early edition. I know that. Maybe third pressing, maybe second. This is UK or Germany. I think this is Germany. This is German. So I haven't looked at the number. Dope. Soundtracks on celluloid. Your version is... I'd love to have that. I would buy it now even if I saw it still for that cover. One of those early editions you got, Eric? Wow. Wow. Soundtracks. Delay. Yeah, I'd never seen one on spoon. This one is on bass. This is an Italian version. I'll show the label. I don't know if you've ever seen, if anyone's seen this. Mr. Fartboy, you have this. Is yours on the... is yours Italian? Some bass. This is awesome. Malcolm Mooney really was pretty magical with Ken, even though he had schizophrenia. That, I mean, the folks didn't know, but he was showing classic symptoms from all the stories that I've read time and time again. All the history about Ken, whether it was schizophrenic. Okay. Tago Mago. I was introduced to this album. My friends, the Reese brothers from France, they had the flip cover like Eric's, like yours, Eric. But this was the first copy I could find of this. I've had this since the 70s. Love this album. This one too. Cover's kind of beat. Ege Bamyazi. This is a UK version with the insert. I've got the inside sleeve too, like yours. Love this album. This was my introduction to Can, this album. And I couldn't handle it at first. As much as I'd heard, I was really, at the time I heard this, I was totally into Genesis. And it just wasn't happening. So, here's Future Days, my original copy, which I beat to shit. Because I played it for everyone, dropped acid and played it time and time again. And recently I found another original American US copy. In really excellent condition, cut corner. I too also have limited edition. Bought it when it came out. I remember when I saw Hawkwind with Rush opening. The UK DJ Andy Dunkley. Some of you folks, you UK folks, shout out. He's got history, right? He was on tour with them, and he played Gamera from this in between Rush and Hawkwind's. Blew my mind. It was the first time I heard it. I knew about Ken at the time, back 72 or 3, whenever this was, 73 or 4. And so, as soon as this hit the shops, I grabbed it. I also have the unlimited edition as well, the double on Carolyn. Yeah. See, I'm at 23 minutes and I haven't even got to Faust yet, people. I haven't even got to Jesus. Can soon over Babaluma. Excuse me. Still just the best. Flow Motion, still good. Can, you know, Suzuki is gone. You know, Damo's gone, but they still doing it on. He was gone on Babaluma. This one, it's like, it's got moments. Okay, let's get real. Saw Delight. Great cover, though. Out of Reach. This is bad. This is lousy. I mean, maybe now. But every time I play this, it's like, what the hell happened here? Who broke out the drugs way too soon? I don't mean to be facetious. I think that's what the deal was. Out of Reach is out of focus. And then the reunion album with Malcolm Mooney. Right Time. This is excellent. Not all of it, but several songs in here are, especially the way this starts out. On the verge, on the beautiful side of a romance. Fantastic Can song. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right Time. Can. Back with Malcolm, y'all. Check it out. Amazing. Radio Waves. Some BBC recordings, I believe. No, actually some singles. This is a bootleg. Really good quality. And then Peel Sessions. I first saw this in Mr. Fartboy's video, and I said, damn, I got to get a hold of that. I bought this at Amoeba out in LA last summer when I was visiting Stephanie. This is one I got out there. So let me just keep going real quick. I mean, I just don't want to be on here for... It don't matter. Shut up, Dereck. Just show the records. We got to show Faust. And my first is a reissue. It's clear. I've got it, preserved, but it's on the Recommended Records label. And this was the first reissue of this was an edition of 500 copies, numbered. And my number has almost rubbed off. I can't see it right now, but this is one of those. I also got the number so far reissue. Now my number here, you can see, is it 500 or 600? Okay, I have number 383 out of 600 of this. Or is it? There it is. With all the prints. And this is an original German on Polydor. I'm embarrassed to say that I had this as a kid, didn't know what I had, and after a while separated the prints from the album and they got lost or thrown away or something. But this is an original German Polydor of the second. Had this since I inherited it from the Reese brothers. They brought it back from Europe. Let's keep going. It's beat, but this is my original of the Faust tapes. I've shown it before. Love this album. I guess I have talked about this recently. Faust 4, I love this too. Absolutely love this album. Love it. Return of a Legend, Munich and Elsewhere, Faust. They put out some 45s of further Faust tapes, Faust Party tapes. And this is a... Oh, that's cool. Nice. Very cool. Real neat. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, just excuse me, folks, but shit, isn't that cool? Okay, that's Faust for you. Leave me speechless. Shit. You know Faust. They got back together and started this racket again. They know how to do the shit. This is a good one. This is another good one. Freespiel. I love some Faust. I should keep up with these boys. No, this is one band I have not seen. I had an opportunity to go see them in Chicago one time, and it just didn't come together. Patchwork. A patchwork as opposed to a remix. Faust versus Dereck. Now, I saw Dereck the first time I played South by Southwest. Dereck is a DJ, and he was killer. And I could see why and how he worked with Faust. It blew my mind, He was working index. And I forget who the rapper was. Some Cuban guy. They were killer. Ravivando. Faust. I love them. And then this, I was just playing this. Faust with Nurse with Wound, disconnected. Limited edition to 1,000 copies. This has, side 2 is the best thing about this. I'll just keep it simple, short. Bought this while I was on tour in Germany. C'est compliqué. It was cool. I didn't know it was out. So when I saw it in the shop in Germany, it was a real neat moment. It was like, I got to do this. I got to buy Faust in Germany. Oh shit! It was in Hamburg, no less. No less. And I believe that's where they're from. But near Hamburg. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then their latest album, Something Dirty, which I do like. Wasn't sure at first to really like this new one, Faust. And then I pulled them, so I got to show them. These are definitely Krautrock. Krautrock masterpieces, each one. Mythos, the first one, absolutely. This is in the Krautrock pantheon, absolutely. Absolutely, this is one of those amazing albums. Plus the second one, Dreamlab. Mythos Dreamlab. This is an original, not a reissue. I'm looking at the time. This is amazing. I have to keep going though. And then this one. This is one of the rarest ones that I have. Well, it's you can find it, but Achim Reichel and Machines Echo. This is a masterpiece. I've said it several times before, but I mean it. This is just truly one of the coolest German space rock albums ever. And it's just spacier than hell. Spacey. This is so good. This is an original. I've had this. And the last thing I'll show is Galactic Supermarket. This is the one where everybody was stoned and it was being recorded and they were all stoned and didn't realize it, and they didn't. Klaus Schultz was involved and they didn't give their permission for this to be released. But I got it. Jeez, look at the time. Hope you enjoy it, folks. I just wanted to show some more of that good old German music again.